Well, if you are in Nanaimo and you're in a minor car accident, do not assume that the RCMP will be arriving at the scene shortly. The Nanaimo Mounties announced today that as of next week, Wednesday, they're not going to respond to most motor vehicle accidents. Instead, the fire department will determine whether a police presence at the scene is really necessary. A News Mid-Island Bureau Chief Jonathan Bartlett has the story from our Nanaimo newsroom. Jonathan.
Hudson, this is the second RCMP detachment to take on this new policy. Surrey implemented it last year as a pilot project. Police say it will free up a lot of resources, but it also raises a few questions.
So you're involved in a crash. No one is injured and no one criminally responsible. 911 is called. Just don't expect the police to show up.
All we're simply doing is redirecting our resources in another area.
The new policy will mean Nanaimo RCMP members will not routinely be called out to MVIs or motor vehicle incidents. Rather, the fire department will attend and determine whether police presence is required.
At accidents that don't involve any injuries or death, any hint of criminality, any alcohol and or drugs, Nanaimo Fire Department will be attending.
As of December 2nd, Nanaimo Fire Rescue will respond to crash scenes, direct traffic, facilitate the sharing of contact information between those involved in the crash, and call tow trucks.
We would go to the vast majority of those incidents anyways. So now what this is doing is in partnership, making the use of our various resources much more efficient.
They'll also have discretionary powers. If they feel something isn't right at the accident, they can always call us and we will attend.
The reason for this rather drastic change in policy? Police say it's a question of safety and effective use of resources.
Last year alone, we went to over 1,200 motor vehicle accidents that did not have injury, have death, and just a routine motor vehicle accident. And each accident takes about an hour and a half to process for the members. That's a huge amount of time. And by taking that away from the members and allowing our professional firemen to deal with the situation, it frees them up for their criminal code cases.
The new policy raises some important questions. Are firefighters equipped to determine whether police should be at the scene of a crash? And how will ICBC decide who's at fault if the police aren't there?
The fire department says members have received additional training to take over from duties normally performed by police.
All of our crews have just been through a series of training sessions that cover off continuity of evidence, scene preservation, so that we can help our partners do a better job.
The new policy will be reviewed over the next 6 months, changes made if needed.
I spoke to ICBC this afternoon. They say crash investigations will not be compromised without the RCMP. They say the Nanaimo Fire Department will be supplied with what they call crash cards or claim cards to record the date, time of crash, location, make, model, license plate numbers, contact info, etc. Those will be handed out to people involved in crashes to be submitted to the ICBC. Those cards will also be available at Autoplan brokers and ICBC claim centers. And Hudson, I'd expect other RCMP detachments on the island to follow suit soon.
Jonathan Bartlett reporting. Jonathan, thanks.
You're welcome.